Hey everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm Manda from Manda the Biblio, and today I'm going to be doing my pile of possibilities for Beany's summer camp. So Beany's summer camp is the summer version of Strolling Through the Seasons, which was created by Krys from Krys's Corner. I will have their channel linked down below and the announcement for Beany's summer camp. I'm going to be going over all of the books that I plan on reading for this round, and then at the end I will throw in just my summer hopefuls in general. There will be a lot of repeats, but I never posted a summer hopefuls, so I really wanted to kind of just toss that into the end here. Before getting into that, the lighting is not great, which means the quality of the video probably isn't the best. As of right now, this setup is working better for me with getting set up. It's not as much work, which means I'm more likely to film, so this might be where it is for now, but we'll have to see as things progress. We are trying things out and seeing what's working. But anyway, if you want to know any of the meanings for these prompts, that will be in the announcement, so make sure that you check that out. Let's talk about these books. So the first prompt is Warm Colors, and I decided to go with Sand Chronicles Volume 3. I started this manga a while ago and just never ended up continuing, so I'm really looking forward to continuing on and seeing if I continue to enjoy it. If I remember what this one is about, it is about two high school students. One of them, I think, goes and visits family or something during a summer, and while she's there, she ends up meeting up with a boy who lives in the town, and their friendship kind of rekindles because she used to live there or something. Don't quote me on all that, but if I remember correctly, it all takes place in the summer, so I'm really looking forward to getting back to it this summer. The next prompt is to go on vacation. And for that one, I will be reading This Weekend Doesn't End Well for Anyone. This is the third book in this series and the most recent one that was published, so I'll be caught up on that series after reading this. This is a mystery series that I remember being really funny, if I remember correctly. I've read a lot of funny mysteries that kind of are merging together, but I'm really looking forward to getting to this one and catching up on the series. I don't know if there's going to be any more after this, but as of reading this book, I'll be caught up on the series. The next prompt is Summer Word in the Title, and for that I'll be reading The Dead of Summer. This one I believe is a horror. It is a horror, but it's a horror I believe told in water. There's water things going on, which is something that kind of bothers me sometimes. I don't get along with water. Long story short, I almost drowned when I was a kid, and just since then, me and water have not gotten along, so I feel like this one's going to be kind of pushing the limits, but we'll see what I think of it. I have read books from this author before, and I enjoyed them, and I'm looking forward to this one. Then we have Ocean or Beach on the cover, and for this I'll be reading Sea of Charms. I believe that this is listed as a standalone, but it takes place in the same world as The Spell Shop and The Enchanted Greenhouse. So I'm really looking forward to continuing on with technically that series. I've been counting it as a series because it does take place in the same world, and I know at least between book 1 and 2, there are things spoiled. So I'm assuming that is going to be the case for this one as well, and I'm counting it as part of the series, but either way, I'm really looking forward to finally getting to it. Then we have Seasonal Activity, and for this one I will be reading Comey Can't Communicate Volume 3. On the cover of this, it shows Comey at a festival, and I believe there are going to be fireworks, and if the festival even doesn't take place in the summer, then the fireworks would be this seasonal activity. I don't remember much about this. I know it's about a girl who is trying to make friends, but she either struggles to talk or she can't talk. I can't remember which one it was, but she ends up befriending a boy in her class, and I'm really excited to continue on with this one and see what I think. My brother said that he lost interest in it and it just kind of got boring, so I'm interested to see what I'm gonna end up thinking about it, because him and I have similar tastes, but also they vary. So I'm interested to see how I'm going to feel about it compared to how he did. Then we have Sun on the cover, and for this I'll be reading This Ain't Our First Rodeo. I honestly don't know anything about this book. The cover caught my attention right before it released, and then everyone was talking about it. I am excited for it. I should be getting to it soon. Next up is Outdoor Setting, and for that I'll be reading A Dangerous Path. This follows cats that live out in the wild, so obviously outdoor setting. I'm slowly making my way through this series. I am kind of buddy reading it with Krys and people in their Discord, but I'm way behind where they are, so I'm trying to catch up. Also on the list kind of is the final book in that series, which is The Darkest Hour. It's not counting for any prompts, but I just wanted to throw that in there, that I do hope to finish the series over the summer. And then I can start on the next one. Obviously, I can't really get into what this book is about because it is the 4th book in the series, but this follows a cat that was raised in a home with humans, and he ends up leaving the home and going to live in the wilderness to live with one of the 7 clans. I believe there's 7 clans of cats that live in the forest, and it's about his survival and different like things that are going on and the politics in the clan. And this is just a really fun series, but it also pulls at my heartstrings so much. So I'm interested but scared to see where the series is going to go. The next prompt is Solid Relationship, and for this one I'm going to be reading Soul Eater. I had to ask Charlotte about this because I want to go in knowing absolutely nothing about this. It was one that was recommended, and Charlotte is pretty much not telling me anything. So I just asked her, I'm like, listen, does this have a solid relationship in it? She said yes, so we're counting it. I don't know how the relationship is. I know nothing. So we'll see when I get to it. The next prompt is Summer School, and for that I will be reading Killers of the Flower Moon. This is a nonfiction that tells about the Osage murders and the birth of the FBI. That's the subtitle. I hope that I said that right. I honestly don't know anything about this, but I'm intrigued, and we'll see what I end up thinking of it, I suppose. Then we have Summer Treat on the cover, and for this I'll be reading Books, Iced Coffee, and A Side of Dragons. This is an arc that I got from NetGalley that I'm really looking forward to getting to. I also am just reminding myself that this does not start until the 21st of June, and I put this on my chaotic guide for one of the next books that I have to read, so I need to make sure to change that so I can hold off on reading this until after the 21st. But anyway, I honestly don't know anything about it. The cover looked really cute. I've read from the author before, and I'm interested to see their graphic novel debut. It looks super cute. I think it's going to be a super fun graphic novel, and I'm excited about it. Then we have Disability Wrap, and for this I will be reading Backstage Night with the Billionaire. And according to this author's website, this does have autism and ADHD for the Disability Wrap, and I'm really interested in getting to them. This is one of my favorite authors, if not my favorite author, and I'm just really excited to read more of her books. I really need to prioritize them though, because I've been struggling with physically reading, and I'm finally seeming to get back into it again, so now I'll be able to hopefully prioritize these books. Then we have Fruit or Veggies on the cover, and for this I'll be reading A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic. I know nothing about this book, to be completely honest. I think I got it for my Stuff Your Kindle day, and I don't know anything about it, but I'm excited about it still. I still want to get to it. Again, I just haven't really been reading my Kindle books, so I really need to prioritize those. Then we have Set During the Summer, and for this I'll be reading Problematic Summer Romance. I have thoroughly enjoyed everything that this author has put out, and I'm really excited to read another one. This one I am so nervous about though. It's an age gap, and I don't usually enjoy reading age gap, which is a whole thing, but I don't usually enjoy reading age gap romances, so I'm nervous going into this, but we'll see what I end up thinking. I think it's a safe bet to go in with it being written by an author that I really enjoy, so hopefully this will go over well. Then we have Joyful or Fun cover, and for this I'll be reading Witch Hat Atelier. Sorry, I'm pronouncing that wrong, I just know it. But I'll be reading volume 1 of that. This is a manga that I've been wanting to get into for so long now, but I haven't been able to because I haven't been able to get my hands on it. I believe volume 1 is on Kindle Unlimited, and if it's not, then I think I can get it from my library. I'll check my library first, but we'll see. Either way, I will be getting to this book this summer. And if you don't see me talking about it in a vlog, then you make sure to yell at me and make sure that I prioritize it. Then we have Book Club Read, and for this I'll be reading The Remarkable Retirement of Edna Fisher. This is a book that I started on audiobook, and I just did not like the audiobook at all, and I could not get through it, so I am going to try to get to the ebook. We'll see. This one is about an older woman I believe she's in her 70s or 80s. She ends up being chosen as the chosen one. So she has to set off to go do chosen one things. And I'm really excited to see the shenanigans that happen. If I remember correctly, the people that ended up reading it via ebook ended up enjoying it more, and this was for Krys's book club as well, so it felt fitting to choose this for this prompt. I'm also putting it toward Her Kid 3.0, so perfect timing for that. I'll just have to wait until July to read it. And then we have Beach Read, which for that I'll be reading If I Never Met You. Is there anything more beach than just a cute romance? I don't know how cute this one's going to be. The cover is cute, but this one is a fake dating romance between two co-workers, so it's also an office romance. Her ex's girlfriend is pregnant, and she ends up getting this guy to pretend to date her to kind of get over that. So he's trying to impress his boss, so he needs a steady girlfriend to kind of impress them. I'm interested in this. I've not read anything from this author before. This has been on my shelves for many a years now, so I need to get to it. Then we have Borrowed Book, and for that I'll be reading Bonded by Thorns. This is another Charlotte recommendation. I know nothing about it. It's a romance. I believe Beauty and the Beast retelling. Don't quote me on that. Either way, I'm excited for it. Charlotte really enjoyed it, really wants me to read it. So we're going to get to it. Then we have Summer Clothes or Objects on the cover, and for that I'll be reading Horimiya, Volume 3. I think that this is their summer uniform, so we're counting that for the summer clothing. This is another manga that I really need to continue. This takes place in high school. I don't remember the details, to be completely honest. I'm going to be continuing on with this series, hopefully past Volume 3, but just for this prompt, Volume 3. Then we have Pink or Yellow on the cover, and for that I'll be reading Accidental Assassin, Volume 1. This is a webtoon that is being published, and I don't remember seeing this on webtoon, to be completely honest. The cover looks familiar, but I don't think that is one that I've read. I'm excited about it either way. I honestly don't know what it's about, but when it comes to webtoons, I'm very much a cover reader, so I am just like scrolling through, find something that looks interesting, and I read it. So I'm really excited to get to this one, and we'll see what I think. I don't know if I said this is an arc that I got from NetGalley, so I definitely need to get it read before the publication date, which I don't remember right now. It'll be on the screen. Next up we have Involves Music, and for this I'll be reading Dungeons and Drama. This one is on my 12 friend challenge, so I definitely need to get it read. This is one that I've just kind of been eyeballing for since I first heard about it. I'm excited to get to it. I don't really know much about it. I think the main character, something happens and she ends up having to work at a store. I think it's her parents' store, and she ends up somehow being involved in like the Dungeons and Dragons group that's there. I don't know the details, but I guess I'll find out when I read them. Next up we have Fish or Sea Creature on the cover, and for that I'll be reading Accomplice to the Villain, because down in the corner, the bottoms, there's fish. They're kind of hard to see, but they're there, I promise. This is the third book in the Assistant to the Villain series, and I think I'm caught up after this. I can't remember if there's 3 or 4 books out right now. But there's another book coming out soon, so I definitely want to catch up on this series before that comes out so that I can continue on when it comes out. I really enjoyed book 1. Book 2 I think I read at a really bad time. I don't really remember exactly what happened. Like, I vaguely remember enough that I'll be able to continue, but I don't remember enough that I enjoyed it as much as the first book. So I'm really hoping for good things with book 3. I will make sure to pay more attention. Next up we have Summer Reading List, and for this I'll be reading A Song for You and I don't remember exactly why I chose this for this prompt. I can't remember the details on what this prompt meant, but this is a book that I wanted to read this summer. I think it's on my summer hopefuls. We'll see at the end of the video, but it's definitely on, I think, my Our Fantasy bingo, so I need to get it read for that. I honestly don't know much about it. I know that it's counting for the Ranger prompt. It's a graphic novel. I don't know much else. Next up we have Seasonal Holiday, and for this I'll be reading Komi Can't Communicate Volume 14. According to my research on the internet, this volume has at least a scene that features a Japanese celebration called Obon. According to the Japanese American Museum of San Jose, Obon has been celebrated in Japan for more than 500 years and is one of the most important Buddhist summer holidays. It is believed that at this time, the souls of deceased ancestors return to their homes for a few days. According to that same article on Obon, this volume features it. So I'm hoping that that is true, because otherwise I'd have to find a different seasonal holiday, which was hard enough to find. There were a lot of options that I just wasn't really interested in. I'm really hoping that this one works. But next up we have continuous series, and for that I am currently reading Tough Guy. This is the third book in the Game Changers series, and I am honestly flying through it, and I'm having the best time. If you don't know, this is the series that Heated Rivalry was based off of, and this follows two characters that I don't remember if we saw any of these characters in the show, but I watched the show before I read the first two books, and now I'm continuing on, and I think we're being introduced now to a bunch of characters that we just didn't know before. But I am absolutely loving this book. I love these two characters so much, and I'm so happy to be following their story, and I cannot wait to see where else it goes. And the final prompt is water transit on the cover, and for that I'll be reading Wrong Answers Only. This one I had on my TBR I think last year, and I just didn't end up getting to it. It was for a book club or something, and I just didn't get to it, and it ended up on my 12 friend challenge, so I'm really excited to get to this one. It's got a boat on the sunglasses, so it fits the prompt. I honestly don't know anything about it, so we're going in knowing nothing. But that was it for Beany's summer camp and the books that I hope to read for it. I'm really excited to get to all of these books, and I'm hoping to I just realized I can't count Tough Guy because I'm reading that now. Then I will count Common Goal, and I'll switch that. I didn't realize when I started it that I was counting it for this, so I will count Common Goal, which is the next book in that series. But anyway, I'm really excited to get to these books. This starts on the 21st. Make sure you're checking out Krys. I absolutely love their channel, and they have become a good friend of mine, and I just want to support them in any way that I can. But I did make my summer hopefuls during Readathon in May, and I just never shared it besides in Discord. So let's talk about those books really quick. The way that I do my seasonal hopefuls is I do it in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. I change up the categories every once in a while because it doesn't work the way I want it to. I'm trying to find a way that works. This round, I have 5 recommended reads, 4 series continuations, 3 seasonal reads, 2 arcs, and 1 tome. The 1 tome usually stays the same. Not the same tome, but I keep the category the same. Let's just work our way down the list. Like I said, I have mentioned a lot of these already, so this should be fairly quick. So for 5 recommended reads, I have Bonded by Thorns, which was recommended by Charlotte. Soul Eater, also from Charlotte. Dungeons and Drama was on my 12 friend challenge, like I said. A Mouthful of Dust is also on there. This is the continuation of the series that it's a part of, and I have to read that and the next book, and I'll have that series caught up again. And then Wooing the Witch Queen, which is also on my 12 friend challenge, and this one I got as an arc from Macmillan Audio, so I need to get that read. It's already out, but I need to get it read so that I can review it. Then we have 4 series continuations, and the first series is Game Changers. If I finish Tough Guy, then that works. But I have Tough Guy, Common Goal, Role Model, and The Long Game left in that series to read, and I'd like to get to all of them if possible. Then we have Ember, which comes out in July, I believe. This is a dark romance that, surprisingly, I really enjoyed book 1. So I'm really looking forward to book 2. This series is fairy tale retellings, and I believe that book 2 follows Cinderella. Then we have Sea of Charms, which again is a continuation of the Spell Shop, so I'm excited for that one. And then Accomplice to the Villain, that's book 3, and book 4 comes out in August, which is Adversary to the Villain, so hopefully I'll get to both of those. Then we have the 3 seasonal reads. I'll be reading The Dead of Summer. This weekend it doesn't end well for anyone, and Stand Chronicles, hopefully finishing the series. The 2 arcs that I plan on reading are Books, Iced Coffee, and A Side of Dragons, which I already talked about from NetGalley, and Accidental Assassin Volume 1, also from NetGalley, like I said. And then for the tome, I actually already finished this, and that is A Soul to Touch. This was the 3rd book in the Duskwalker Bride series, and I can tell you now that I did not enjoy it. I'll talk about that more in my weekly update. If that is already up before this video, then I will have it linked down below, but it was not a good time. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. Make sure to comment down below with any books that you plan on reading during the summer, or if you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought. If you don't want to chat, then feel free to leave any summer themed emojis, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!